morning. It's Thursday. Listen, make it count. Make sure that you forget about tomorrow, whatever happened yesterday, whether you had a bad day, a good day, semi-day. Like, just know that today is today and make the new. You know what I'm saying? Make a new day of it. Make sure you wake up motivated, inspired, just ready to get to the day. You know what I mean? Go in front of your people. Go around the people that you work with and just your household, man, and spread love and spread joy. Because that's just how we want to start out our day, okay? But I want you to keep this in mind, man. I've been on the phone with a lot of people lately, especially junior sailors. You know, as a leader, as a mentor, talking to a lot of people. We having a lot of focus groups. And I want to talk to all the perfectionists, all the I gotta be strong all the time. Listen, I know for the African American culture, like we pride ourselves on being strong black women and men. We pride ourselves on being strong women. We pride ourselves on getting it right all the time, being perfectionists, doing it right all the time. Like, listen, it's a weakness in that. That is a weakness, because what happens is generationally, we teach ourselves not to cry. We teach ourselves not to have emotions. We teach ourselves not to feel. We teach ourselves not to be vulnerable. We teach our kids. We teach our kids. Like, everybody has to be strong. Nobody can cry. Nobody can be vulnerable. Nobody can be emotional. And then boom, they get into reality. Life hits and they're like, man, I don't know how to respond to failure. I don't know how to respond to my mistakes. I don't know how to be emotional in my relationships. I don't know how to be affectionate, because my mom and my grandparents and my great-greats always told me I had to be strong. That is a problem sometimes in our communities, that we don't teach the young men that they can be vulnerable. We don't teach women that you don't have to be strong and independent all the time. You see what I'm saying? We don't teach ourselves how to be emotional. Therefore, being emotional is connected to being weak. Being vulnerable is connected to being weak. Making mistakes is connected to just failing in life. Like, we connect the wrong dots, y'all. We got to do better at that, because you have people in high places that still don't know how to be vulnerable. You have people in relationships that still don't know how to be emotional and affectionate. You have people that are dealing with some things that are culturally bound, that has bounded us culturally, because we have to be strong. We have to get it right every time. We don't know how to respond to our mistakes and our failures, because everybody make them. I don't care who you are. Everybody sins. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody done failed at a point in their life. And if you haven't, hey, high five me, because I never met nobody who's perfect. So, you know, I really want to challenge you to deal with your emotions and deal with your feelings and deal with your pain and trauma. Y'all know I talk pain and trauma all day. That's my thing. And with my coaching clients, one of the first things outside of like getting to the grit of life is like, how do you deal with emotions and pain? How do you deal with your mistakes and failures? What are you teaching the people in your household how to deal with pain and failures? Like, I didn't know that crying was okay. You know what I mean? You know, you deal with just the community and how your upbringing is sometimes. So like, you cry, I'm gonna get a whipping. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna give you something to cry for. I remember my mom, when we used to get whippings, right? You know, she wants to be strong. Like, you got in trouble. I probably ate some candy at night when I wasn't supposed to. I was doing like taking some of hers. You know what I mean? And when we get whipping, she be like, "Okay, you gonna cry? I'm gonna give you something to cry for." I'm like, "Well, I'm crying because it hurts." You know what I mean? Like, this shoe hanger, whatever the case it may be, like, it hurts, so I'm crying. But you don't understand sometimes the dynamic of those things. Like, yes, hold children accountable, hold people accountable, hold adults accountable. But I want everybody to understand that it's okay to cry, and it's okay to be emotional when we feel like our parents hurt our feelings. Guess what we do? We cry. We go in our rooms, we get in the bed, and we cry. We don't carry that on into adolescence. We don't carry that on. So you have a lot of hurt people that haven't dealt with their pain. They're still trying to go into relationships. They're still trying to lead every day. They're still trying to go forth and accomplish the mission at work. They're still trying to build businesses. But they haven't dealt with their pain. They haven't been emotionally stable. They haven't really dealt with the things that's happened inside their spirit, y'all. There's no such thing as being a perfectionist. That is a problem. That is a weakness. There's weakness in that. Being a perfectionist, it's okay, to want to get it right all the time, but understand, I'm coming from a sense of, how do you respond when you don't get it right? How do you respond when you are sad? How do you respond when you have that anger built up? How do you respond when you got them triggers that come into your life? How do you respond? Have you coached yourself that crying is weakness, that you cry too much, that you're too soft and you're too vulnerable, and this, that, and the third, that we cater with emotions and feelings? We have to do better at expressing ourselves, y'all. We have to do better at saying, you know what, right now, today is not a good day, but tomorrow gonna be better. You know what I mean? Take your hits, take your challenges where they come, but we have to unteach ourselves that being vulnerable and being emotional is a sign or connected to weakness. We gotta do better with that, y'all. So I really encourage you, deal with your emotions. And I'm not saying go out and I need you to boo-hoo and cry and all that kind of stuff. But if you need that, sometimes, hey, a good cry will do you right, man. A good cry, sometimes that's all you need is a good cry, man. I'm telling you. But do what it is you need to do for you, and don't worry about what society, what family, what people, who there, who not there. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, you are your biggest fan, and you have to show up for yourself. You have to support yourself, and you have to encourage yourself in every element of your life. Wherever there's a lack of support, ask God to fill that place, because you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? You done got this far without it. You want it, but you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So realize that. Understand the difference between want and needs, and realize how much God has provided and made provisions to get you to where you are today, because He has a plan and purpose over your life. Okay? So I really encourage you guys. I just really want to drop that seed in your spirit this morning. Listen, it is okay to be emotional and vulnerable. 2020 has brought so many things up on us that you have a lot of emotional children, teens, adults that's dealing with depression, suicidal thoughts. Please, if you are in that place, I just want to put this in there. Reach out, send me a message. I don't care what you need. I will stop what I'm doing and get on the phone with you and talk you through whatever it is you're going through. It is not weakness. It is no judgment. None of that, man. I see all these posts like, hey, if you got, no food, hit me up, call me. Man, it's the same across the board for everybody, man. If you need anything, make sure you reach out. Make sure you say something. If you just need to talk, make sure you say something, man. Reach out to somebody you trust. Even if that's not me, reach out, call, talk to somebody, okay? You got somebody. You just got to reach out to them, okay? I love you guys. Y'all stay motivated, inspired, and y'all have a good day, okay?